Hello, everybody. Good morning, Jocelyn.
Hello, Michaela.
How are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing very well. I'm happy to have you back again today.
Thank you.
Today we're talking about prepositions. Let's see. We'll wait a couple minutes for all of our students to get in, and then we'll begin. All right. Okay, let's do, well, I think everybody here has already been in a class of mine before. So let's see, what can we say about ourselves today? How about your favorite flower? I'm trying to think of something we haven't talked about before. How about your favorite type of music? How about that? So, Anne?
Hello.
Hi. Will you give us a quick introduction and tell us your favorite type of music?
Favorite type of music? It's an interesting question. Actually, I not really like music. I don't know why. Because I think it's let me see. It's prevent me to think, interrupt my thinking. So I really don't like music. But sometimes I have some just a minute. Some mood in which I need some music to just to relax, maybe, and to have a rest from my thinking, from my mind.
Okay, so relaxing music?
Yes, some relaxed music, maybe some classic music. It's only for relax and for rest.
Excellent, thank you. Jocelyn, your turn.
I like to when I relax, I like listen classic music. Otherwise, I like the variety music.
All right, excellent, thank you. Lena, welcome back. Can you hear us? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Hi, how are you?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing very well. Can you tell us your name and, well, your name and your favorite kind of music for anyone who doesn't know you?
Yes, my name is Lina. I am from Colombia. I like the salsa music because I like dancing.
Yeah, that's fun.
My favorite singer is Mark Anthony.
Excellent. That's fun music. All right, Natalia, tell us about your favorite type of music, Natalia.
I like different music.
In
Rap,
Italy,
hip-hop, R&B, pop music. It depends on my mood.
Okay. So you like lots of different kinds?
Sorry?
You like many different kinds?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And Lena, did you have something else to say? Russell.
No, excuse me. No.
Okay, sorry. Russell, welcome back.
Hi,
And
how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
All right, so tell us, what is your favorite kind of music?
This depends on my mind. When when I'm good, I listen to classic,
Mm-hmm.
and when I'm not good mind, I listen to uh, to sad song. Yeah, like this.
Yeah,
Yes,
sometimes I
yeah,
like to do that too.
yes. It depends.
All right, thank you. That's a very difficult question to answer because music has so many different moods and feels and styles.
Yes.
All right, so today we're talking about prepositions. A student mentioned it the other day, and I think prepositions are one of the more difficult things in English because it's very complex and they're hard to remember, but we use them all the time. So, does everyone have the notes up? I'll put them in the chat box in case you don't have them. Oh, cool. We have another student. Vu? Is that your name? Vu Nok Lean? Hi. We can't hear you. You have to change your microphone. There should be a button in the top right corner of the screen. And it'll be a red. There you go. Perfect. Hi.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you.
And
Yeah.
where are you from?
I'm from Vietnam.
Excellent. Welcome to class. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, in the United States.
Yeah, Arizona. Okay.
All right. And why are you here with us today?
I love English and I love to talk to anyone from around the world. But
Awesome.
my English is very poor, so I would
No.
like to join class.
Well, we're very happy to have you here, and I think your English is great.
Oh, thank you.
All right. And we have another new student, but I cannot pronounce the name. New student, would you introduce yourself?
Lena.
Lena? Or Alina? New student? Can you hear me? Your last name looks like, I don't know. Sorry, I cannot pronounce
It's
your
Russian.
name.
It's a Russian name. Her name is Lena.
Delina?
Lena.
Alina, okay. Alina, we can't hear you, so you might have to unmute yourself. There's a button in the top right corner of the screen. So if you click on the red microphone in the top right corner of the screen, we should be able to hear you. And if you're having trouble finding it, tell us in the chat box. We can help direct you better from the chat box. All right, I hope that works out. In the meantime, everyone open the notes for prepositions. Does everyone have the notes open for prepositions? Okay, so then let's get started. Prepositions. Who likes prepositions? Does anyone think prepositions are fun? No? I think they're kind of fun, but they're not the most exciting thing, I guess. Grammar can be difficult to enjoy sometimes, but I think they're fun. Okay, so we have some general rules. there are a lot of rules, guys, and they're very complex rules, so they're easy to forget, and they're not always consistent either. There's a lot of irregulars, which makes prepositions another very difficult topic in English because there are rules, but they're not always used. Sometimes the rules are wrong. So I'm going to ask each of you to read some rules, starting with. Hello? Oh, Alina, are you there?
Yes.
Where is that noise coming from? Okay, sorry guys, there's echo coming from Vu. All right, so first two rules, will you read them, Anne?
Yes. Okay. Use in for spaces with limitations. Use in for enclosed areas. On. Use on for surfaces. Use on for spaces within a larger area.
Okay. And can you? Who's got two Verbling pages open? If you have two Verbling pages open, can you please close one so that we don't have that echo? And Anne, can you think of examples for those? An example for a space with a limitation or a surface?
I try. For example, enclosed areas. I'm in room right now, in a bedroom right now.
Perfect. And the surface?
The second, I'm on my sofa. I'm sitting on my sofa and have my Verbling class.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, Amon. How are you? Can you hear me, Amon? I can't hear you, so you might have to unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Welcome to class. Would you like to introduce yourself, Amon?
Sure. I'm from Egypt. It's almost the first time to join a class on Verbling.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're happy to have you.
Thank you.
Do you have the notes open?
Notes? No.
Okay, they're in the chat box, or I'll show you. Are you on the Google chat box, or?
Yeah. So it's box.com? Is that?
Oh yeah, exactly.
I got them. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. I'm going to ask you to read the third and the fourth rule under.
Sorry? Sorry, I didn't get that. Can't hear you.
Michaela, we don't hear you.
Sorry guys, someone muted me.
Yeah.
Try not to mute the teacher, guys. So, rule number 3 and 4, will you read under some general rules? This is for Iman. Yeah.
Okay. But I got the. There's no numbering.
No, I know. Sorry. It's just I was going to ask you to read the next two, but you weren't here when we read the first two, so.
Okay, so should I read in? Use in
No.
for enclosed? No? Okay.
Oh, before that, at and in. So read the rule for at, use at for locations, and then in for. Do you see? Do you see it, Eman? I can't hear you, Eman. Are you there?
I was speaking and someone muted me too. Okay, I'm sorry. All right. Use at for location.
I
This
can hear two
applies to
people.
space
Sorry,
time.
I can hear two people.
On with streets. Okay,
Okay.
can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Use on with street names, days of the week, dates, specific time frames, and holidays. Use in with names of cities, town. Is that it? Or you want me to read some other thing?
No, sorry. It was before that. The purple rules, the purple ones.
Okay, all right. So
So
use
you were
at
in
for
the
location.
yes, right
In
there.
enclosed spaces. This applies to both physical space and time.
Perfect. Thank
So
you.
should I go? Most
That's
welcome.
good for now. We'll come back and have you read more. Jocelyn, will you read the next two?
Use in for enclosed spaces. This applies to both the physical space and time. Use on for surfaces. This applies to both the physical space and time. Use at for location. This applies to both the physical.
All right. Thank you, Jocelyn. Jose, will you read the next two? The
Yes.
red ones?
Yes. Use on with street names, days of the week, days, specific time frames, holidays. Use in with name of cities, towns, states, provinces, countries, years, months, specific weeks, large comfortable chairs.
Okay.
Use at
Thank you.
with street names and numbers, specific times, location that are not in view when speaking
Okay,
at
thank
a
you.
table.
Lena, will you read the notes underneath? There are two notes there.
Note in the house, at home. Note at Joe's house. Use at for occasions that are not in view at the time of speaking.
All right, thank you. So far it's kind of complex, but we'll get a lot of practice in today, so don't worry too much about remembering all these rules. Natalia, will you read the first two green rules?
Okay. We can say in bed, even though bed is a surface. We say on the bed when bed is used for something other than sleeping. They're sitting on the bed. Bed, thought of as surface when used as a seat.
Thank you. Russell, will you continue from there?
Okay, Helen is still in bed. Bed, thought of as an enclosed area when used for sleeping. They are sitting at the table. Table location. They are sitting on the table. Table surface.
All right. Any questions so far? They're complex rules, but the more we practice with them, the more clear they'll be. So we have a lot of practice ahead, below. So now we have an exercise, and you have to choose in, on, or at. So our options are in, on, at. First person to try one. New, would you like to try the first one? I think you're muted, New. So unmute yourself first. We can't hear you, New. Are you there?
I like the salt in soup.
Sorry?
Okay. New, are you there?
I was talking to me?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. So, I need to start from the number one, right?
Yes.
Okay. I saw in soon, but not too much. Is that right?
Excellent. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. John is
We'll do one by one. So next person is Alina.
okay.
Alina, your turn. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
John is
Yes.
Perfect. So that one we can put in, but there's another preposition we can put in. Does anyone know the other one we can use?
maybe it.
At.
At. You could say at, depending if what you mean. If you're in the hospital, it means you're inside of it. You're in the confined space of a hospital. But if you're at the hospital, it could mean that you're near it, but just outside. Or it could mean that you're inside. So at is just more general, less specific.
Okay.
All right. Anne,
Yeah.
will you do number 3?
Yes. I'm going to my cousin's house on Saturday.
Perfect. Thank you. Iman, will you do 4?
Sure. How much sugar do you put in your coffee?
Excellent. 5, Jocelyn.
We get on the bus every morning at 7 and go to work.
Awesome. Thank you. Next one, Jose. Number 6, Jose. Are you there, Jose? We can't hear you.
Yes, yeah. The meeting is on Tuesday at 9 in the morning.
Excellent. That was a tricky one. Perfect.
Thank you.
7, Lena.
We live in a small city on the northern part of the country.
Perfect. In a small city in the northeastern part. Excellent. Number 8, Natalia.
They went fishing on the lake.
Yeah, could be on the lake. And there's another one that you can use. Does anyone know the other one?
Maybe in the lake.
Could maybe at. So all of them have different meanings. If you say they went fishing at the lake, it means they went to the lake and they were near the lake or doing something. It's kind of a general meaning for near the lake. Or on the lake, meaning that they were on the surface of the lake. Or if you say they were in the lake, it means they went fishing while they were swimming. Like they were actually in it. So you could say that, but it would be kind of funny because it's difficult to fish while you're swimming.
Okay, I see.
Okay, number 9, Russell.
There is a lot of life in the bottom of the sea. In.
Not exactly. In's not a very good preposition to use here. There's multiple prepositions you could use, but in is not the best preposition. So can you take a guess at another?
At.
At is good because it's kind of generally meaning near there. You could even say on. So there's a lot of life on the bottom of the sea. I know that one can be tricky, and you may be able to use in, but it's better to use on or at.
Okay.
10, new. Your turn.
Excuse me, I just have a question.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm sorry, I don't get your name.
Michaela.
Your name?
Michaela. My name is
yes.
Michaela.
Michaela. Yeah. If you say on the bottom of the sea, would that mean in the water near the bottom of the sea, or it would mean that on the sand?
Because the bottom of the sea, we know that there's sand and water. So on the bottom of the sea would mean on the sand on the very bottom. So we'll think of sand here as a surface. So on the sand of the bottom of the sea. Does that make sense?
You know what? Yeah, that's how I understood it too. It's like on the sand, that like they're walking on the sand like crabs, for example. But fish.
What? I'm sorry, your microphone is cutting out. I can't hear you very well. Can you repeat that?
All right, can you hear me well now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm saying that if you say at the bottom of the sea, then we mean the water. So we mean the fish, the kind of life. Fish.
Well, at is just a lot more general. So you could also mean the crabs. You could mean everything. The crabs, the fish, everything.
Yeah, but if you say on, it would mean the crab, the creatures that actually walk on the sand. Is that correct?
Probably, but here it's a little, it doesn't follow the rule exactly. You might mean fish too. You could, but you're right to think that when we say on, we're thinking of the bottom of the sea as a surface. But in this sense, it's a little bit loose. It doesn't follow the rule exactly.
Thank you.
Okay. New? Are you ready?
Me?
New, yes. Will you try the next one, number 10?
Hi, my name is Ling. You can call me Ling.
Okay, Lean. All right.
So, number 10, right?
Yeah.
10. Yeah, okay. Where Joe? Joe's in the post office. Joe in the post office.
So which preposition did you choose?
In the post office. In.
Yeah, you could say in. He's in the post office. And there's one other option we could choose. Do you know which one it is?
At.
Yeah, you could say at. Both in and at are correct there.
Yeah.
Number 11, Alina. Alina.
Lena or Elena? We have Lena and Lena.
I know, it's hard. Alina, as in, here, what's your last name, Alina?
So, I am Lena Titova and
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well. What?
my name?
Yes.
My name is Lena Titova.
Okay, then I'm going to call you Lena T.
Okay.
And the other Lena will be Lena C. So Lena T and Lena C. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent. Lena T, will you do the next one?
Yeah. We're sitting at a table in some comfortable chairs.
Perfect. And instead of saying in some comfortable chairs, there's one more you could use. Which one is it? Do you know?
On some comfortable chairs.
Yeah, you could also say on. Thank you. Anne, will you do the next one for us?
12?
Yes.
We were in a boat when we saw some whales.
Yep, you could say in, or you could say another one. Which one?
We were on a boat. We were on a boat when we saw some whales.
Yeah, you could also say on a boat.
Okay.
All right, excellent, thank you. Number 13 for Iman.
On the surface for a while.
So, okay, you said on, right?
Yeah.
Excellent, thank you. Number 14, Jocelyn.
I heard the song I like at the radio.
Not at the radio. Try again, not at.
In the radio?
Nope, not in the radio.
Bon. On the radio?
It's on the radio, yeah. This one can be very difficult to kind of make a rule for, but we use on for radio, on the radio. Thank you. Sorry, that was a difficult one. Jose,
Yes. We thought we were
will you try
going
the
to.
next?
Yes. We thought we were going to be late, but we got there just on time.
Not on time.
Just I don't know. Of time?
What?
At?
Nope.
Sorry. In time.
In time. Okay. So these are two, on time and in time are two very common phrases. Does anyone know the difference between the two? What's the difference
No.
between on time and in time?
I don't know.
In time before the deadline or before the time of the appointment.
Well, then what does on time mean?
It's exactly at the time. So if we meet at 6, then it's 6.
Yeah,
But
so something like that. Usually just in time means there's like some kind of rush. Like maybe you didn't think you were going to be on time, but you were, so you were in time. It kind of means you're rushing. On time means that everything is okay and normal. But in time means that you're kind of frantic and you're rushing and you want to get there. So it just has a slight meaning difference. Lena, will you do number 16 for us?
Lena T or Lena C?
Oh, I'm sorry. See, I already forgot we were going to do that. Lena C. Oh, Lena C is gone. Oh, well. All right, Natalia, will you do the next?
Okay, what sentence?
Number 16, I think.
Okay. We thought we were going to be late, but we got there in time.
Okay. And there's one other we could use that we just talked about. What's the other option?
I'm sorry?
If you wanted to, you could say on or in, but they have different meanings. So you chose the correct preposition, but I just wanted to make it clear that you can use both in or on. So you could say, we thought we were going to be late, but we got there in time, meaning you were rushing, or on time is also correct. But I think it's better to use in. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
17, Russell.
We went for a walk at the beach.
Yeah, you could say at the beach.
At the beach, we decided to go in the water.
You could say in. So the first one, you have two options. You could say at or you could say on. And the second one, you just have one option, and that's in. So perfect. Thank you.
Okay.
Number 18, Lean.
I bought a couple of really good shirts. They were on sale at a good price.
Perfect. Thank you. Lena T.
Yeah, I was Lena T. Sorry.
Wait, what?
Yeah. I read now.
Okay. So number 19.
For Lena T?
Lena T, yeah.
Okay. Do you like whipped cream in your coffee?
Yeah, you could say in your coffee. I think in your coffee is the best answer. There's one more you could use.
At your coffee.
Nope, you could say on your coffee if you were talking about just the surface, but in is better. So in is the correct choice, but you could maybe say on if you're talking about just the surface of the coffee.
Okay.
And
if we're talking about cappuccino, that would that example would be on, right?
yeah, exactly. You could say on. So like just on the top of it, not exactly inside, but just on the top.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
All right. Anne, would you
Yes.
do the next one? Number 20?
And we were sitting on the bed talking for a little while.
Perfect. Number 21, Iman.
I think you should take an umbrella.
And which preposition did you choose? I couldn't hear it.
In.
In. Perfect. Thank you. 22, Jocelyn.
It's not a good idea to stand up in a canoe.
Perfect. In a canoe. What's a canoe?
It's a boat.
Yeah, it's a
small
type
boat.
of... Perfect. Thank you. Any other vocabulary questions so far? Most of these sentences are really simple, but if you do have any questions about them, definitely ask. No questions?
No, thank you.
Okay. Next one is for Jose.
Yes, we bought some books in a good price. We put the books in a box on the shelf.
So what was the first preposition you chose for a good price?
We bought some books in a good price.
Not in a good price. Yeah.
At the book.
At.
A good price.
That was a difficult one too, but it's at a good price. But the other two you got correct. So we have at a good price, in a box, on a shelf. Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Natalia, will you do the next?
Okay. How long have you been working? I don't know.
Does anyone else want to see if to take a guess to help us out?
Maybe
I think it's in.
On is the correct. So how long have you been working on this project? Excellent.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next one, let's have Russell read.
I started working on this quiz at 7 o'clock.
Excellent, thank you. Lean, will you do the next one?
I read about it in an article on the internet.
Perfect, exactly. 27 is for Lena T.
okay. He's been posting messages again in EFL forums on the internet.
So what was the first preposition you chose?
In.
Nope, not in. Well, yeah, at is better because there's not really a defined space there.
Okay, at on the internet.
Perfect, thank you. Next one, Anne.
Yeah. She hasn't spoken to him in a few days. She said she'd call in a couple days.
Perfect, so in and in.
Yeah.
29, Iman.
There have to be other forms of intelligent life on other planets in the universe. Or
Excellent.
in other planets. Well, I would say it's okay too, right?
In is possible if you're, well...
No, it's not. It can't be in because, you know, we live on the surface of the planet,
Yeah,
right?
so exactly. So if you say, like, a world or a universe, you can say in, but it's better
Not
to
a
say, yeah, but it's better to say on for a planet.
Thank you.
Please, on the universe.
In the universe.
Okay, thank you.
Jocelyn, will you do the next one?
We're going for a ride at the country on Sunday morning.
So which prepositions did you choose?
At the country?
That's not the best one.
In
In
the
the country?
In is better in this sense.
On
And what about
Sunday?
Sunday? On
On
Sunday is
Sunday.
perfect. Excellent. Thank you. Number 31. Jose, your turn again.
Right. We'll be back at about 9 in the evening.
Perfect. 32. Natalia.
Okay, we're leaving early in the morning and we'll be back late at night.
Excellent.
It
And
was
33.
easy.
Yeah. 33. Well, now that we have had so much practice, I think it just gets easier and easier. So number 33, Russell.
I recorded my voice small on a small cassette player.
Yeah.
So they could hear it a few times.
Excellent. All right. I think that's all of them. And in case, actually, I have a question for you guys, because I always like to make notes on these documents. Do you guys save these documents and use them? Like, look back at them? Or do you just finish with them at the end of class?
Save it.
Save it? Okay. Because I hope you guys save these for later, because I think it's helpful to look back at if you forget something or you have a question or something like that. So generally what I try to do is I put all the answers at the end so that you guys, if you forget what one of your answers was, you can look back and make sure you know. So now underneath all of the questions we just did, I have all of the questions with the answers at the end. So it'll say the sentence and it has a blank. It says, we're leaving early blank the morning. And then at the end of the sentence, it'll say in. So you know that the answer to that one was in. We're leaving early in the morning. Does everyone see that? Okay. All right, so now I have one more question for you guys, and then we're going to switch gears a little and play a game. But I'd like you guys to name all of the prepositions that you can. Do you guys think you could name more than, I hope you guys can name more than 7 prepositions.
Game about the preposition.
Yeah, kind of a game about prepositions. So tell me how many prepositions you can name.
Four.
What?
4.
On?
4.
Here, I think it would be easier if you guys write them in the chat box. So everyone, write as many prepositions in the chat box as you can. And we'll see if we can come up with like a complete list. Okay, we're getting some from Lean. We have in, on, under, over, below. Those are excellent ones.
Or inside.
What? Inside. That's a good one. So continue. Everyone, try and get as many as possible. On, upon, behind, next to. Lean and Iman are going crazy. Okay, now we have some. In, on, at, with, under, below, at, in, on, before, after, by, between, outside, during. Is that the one, Jose? I think he meant during. Excellent. Keep going, guys. There's more. Next to, during. There's a question in the chat box what the difference is between on and in. I'm going to recommend to that student to look at the notes again, because the notes clarify what's the difference between on and in. If you don't have the notes open, you can look in the Verbling chat box. I linked the notes to the class. In front of, down under. Is that all you guys can think of? Can anyone think of one we haven't said yet? No? All right. So how many prepositions do you guys think there are in English? Can anyone make a guess?
25.
Higher. It's higher than 25. Take another guess, somebody.
30?
Higher.
50?
Higher.
60.
100?
Higher.
Oh my god.
200.
Oh, no, lower than 200.
500.
150?
Yes, there's about 150 prepositions in English. There's a site here that has a list of all of the prepositions in English, and we're going to read the paragraph that starts the site, and then we're going to take a quick look at the prepositions below. So there are about 150 prepositions in English. Yet this is a very small number when you think of the thousands of other words, nouns, verbs, etc. Prepositions are important words. We use individual prepositions more frequently than other individual words. In fact, the prepositions of, to, and in are among the 10 most frequent words in English. Here is a short list of 70 of the more common one-word prepositions. Many of these prepositions have more than one meaning. Please refer to a dictionary for the precise meaning and usage. So then it just lists all of the prepositions. Okay, I'm going to ask us to read it quickly. I want to start with Lena T. Will you read all of the A prepositions? All of the A prepositions?
Okay. About, above, across, after, against, along, amid, among, anti, around, as, at.
Thank you very much. Lean, will you read all of the B prepositions?
Me?
Lean, yes.
Yes, okay. Before, behind, below, in, beside, between, beyond, but, by.
Excellent, thank you. Russell, you get the short C prepositions.
Concerning, considering.
Yeah, concerning and considering.
Yes.
D prepositions go to Jose. Jose, are you there? We can't hear you, Jose. If you need help, tell us in the chat box. Jocelyn, will you do the D prepositions?
Yes, despite, than, during.
Excellent. E prepositions are for Iman.
Except, excluding.
What?
Except,
Uh-huh.
excepting,
Uh-huh.
excluding.
Perfect. Thank you. And F prepositions.
Following, for, from.
Excellent. I prepositions are back to Lena T.
In, inside, into.
LMN prepositions are for lean. LMN.
Me?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Like, minus, near.
Awesome. O prepositions are for Russell.
off, on, onto, upside, outside, over.
All right. One thing I want to talk about here because it's important is the difference between the first two O prepositions, of and off. Of and off. The of is said more like with a V sound, and it's kind of pronounced like UV, of and off. Okay. P prepositions are for Jose, are you there? Okay. Jocelyn, P prepositions.
Past, per, plus.
Awesome. R and S prepositions are for Anne.
R and S.
Yes.
Regarding ground, safe since.
T prepositions are for Lena T.
Okay. Then throw to towards.
Okay. U prepositions, lean.
Under, underneath, unlike, until, up, upon.
Excellent. And read all the rest, Russell.
Sorry?
Read all of the rest, so the V and the W ones.
Okay. Versus, via, with, within, without.
All right. So how many of those prepositions have you guys seen used before? How many do you think you're familiar with? 50%? 20%? Anyone? I'll ask you individually. And how many of those do you think you've seen before or used before?
I seen all of them before, but I don't know that some of them are prepositions. For example, concerning or considering. I don't know that they are prepositions.
Yeah, it also depends on how they're used sometimes. Sometimes they're used as verbs, and so then they're not prepositions. But sometimes they are used as prepositions. Jocelyn, do you think you've seen all of these prepositions before, or there are some that are new to you?
No, I think I use 10% preposition.
Yeah, we don't use very many of them. There's a small percentage that we use regularly.
It's difficult.
Yeah. Don't worry too much about understanding every single preposition because they're not all very useful. Some prepositions are very, very useful and are necessary to learn, but this list is a very long list, and a lot of them are not that important. So, I'm doing another preposition class later today. In 3 hours, I have another preposition class, and so we'll do more practice with them. Jose, are you there? No. Okay. Russell, how many of these prepositions have you seen before?
I saw about 70%.
70%?
Yes, but I don't use it. Just 20% of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Excellent. Lean, how many have you seen before?
I think 70.
70 as in 70?
Yeah.
All right, so that's a pretty good percentage. And how many do you use?
Maybe 60.
15?
60.
60?
Yeah, 60%.
Oh, that's a lot. I think that's a lot of prepositions. If you can use 60 of the prepositions on this list, you're doing a very good job.
Yeah, thank you.
And Lena T, what do you think? How many have you seen before or used?
I think I've seen before all of them, but I don't understand the meaning of something, and I use, I think, 30% of them.
Yeah, maybe I would say the same, like 30% are common prepositions, but almost most of them are not very common and not all that useful. All right. Do you guys have any questions for me?
Yes, Michaela. Where I can the correction exercise.
Oh, the answers for the exercise are on the notes. So
Yes.
all the questions we were looking at, we have 1 through 33. And then if you scroll down, 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 there's another set and it starts again. It looks like the first set, but it says, I like salt, soup, but not too much. And then it says in. So you know in is the correct preposition. Do you see that, Jocelyn?
Yes, my question is where I can have the correction exercise about the preposition.
You mean another exercise for prepositions?
No.
So you mean the exercise that we already completed but with answers, right?
Okay.
Is that what you mean?
Because I have an answer the question 26.
Okay, so if you scroll down past the exercise that we did, there's another exercise, and it has all the answers at the ends of the sentence. So do you see?
Read 26. I read about it. I have an answer.
Let me look. Okay, so 26.
Yes.
I read about it in an article on the internet.
Okay. The question 31, please.
31. We'll be back at about 9 in the evening.
Okay. Et enfin, 34.
34?
Yes, 30. The last question. 30. No, no. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Okay. No more?
No, okay.
Okay.
Sorry,
All
teacher.
right. Yes.
Number 5. Can you repeat it?
Yeah, sure. We get on the bus every morning at 7 and go to work. Any other questions on the exercise?
I have a question. Could you please explain me difference between toward and towards?
Toward and towards?
Towards, yes. There are in the list of prepositions, we have 2 prepositions, and I don't understand the difference between them. I send you in the chat, toward and towards.
Okay. They both mean basically the same thing. I'm trying to think of the reason we use them. So they're used as the same preposition and in the same way. I don't know why we have 2 versions of it, and I don't think it matters when you use which one. I think they're basically the same thing. You can use either one, toward or towards.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Any other questions on the prepositions or on the exercise we did today?
No, thank you.
All right. Then I'm going to end class, and I'm doing another preposition class if you guys are interested, because this is an excellent topic, and I think everyone can use a lot of practice on it. So thank you guys so much for making this a good class, and maybe I'll see you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Сейчас, подожди. в онлайне, поэтому я тебя спрашиваю, ты мне не звонила, мне не звонила, кого-то спрашивала по ходу. Не занимаешься этой фигой? А? Английский онлайн. Хорошо, ладно.
Thôi tuần theo cái con chẳng biết mà thì lúc nào ấy thì được ra tuần trắng đó thì mà đó nhưng mà đâu